Mandates are for thee, but not for me. Yes, the Democrats and hypocrisy. No. You know, when I listen to commentators on CNN, PMSNBC, when they drag these old walking fossils out of Jurassic Park, like Tom Brokaw, talking about, Trump is a divider, he's divisive, he doesn't know how to bring people together. We need to reassemble a special team of guys like George Bush and Barack Obama, the best that America has. These guys that know how to rally the can-do spirit. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Tom, I realize you're old and, during commercial breaks, they have to readjust your depends so that you're not leaking on camera. But you can't possibly be more senile than Joe Biden. I mean, even Joe Biden wouldn't try to mumble through that. Even Joe Biden wouldn't try to say that. Even Joe Biden has enough of his intact memory, which has not been distorted by dementia, to know that Barack and Bush are not the can-do representation of America. It was Barack Obama who basically said, hey, these jobs are gone. They're never coming back. Donald Trump doesn't have a magic wand to bring them back. And you all are just going to have to get used to it. If you're a coal miner, you're just going to have to go back to college and learn something like, computer programming. Yeah, because, that was totally realistic. And all the just nonsense that those kind of elitists put us through, where our jobs all went overseas. Their personal investments did fine. Wall Street did okay. Globalist corporations did just fine. The rest of us, we got hung out to dry. Here comes Donald Trump, who brought back manufacturing, who brought back those jobs, who made it financially feasible for companies to make a good profit here and be inspired and have incentive to reinvest here, to grow their companies here, to grow the labor force here. And we had the lowest unemployment was under Donald J. Trump. And these other yin-yang yahoos, they've got the can-do. Yeah, see, it's that kind of stuff right there that's like, oh, please. But then the cherry on the sundae, the gift that keeps on giving.
It's Nancy Botox Pelosi. Yes, she's, when she's, keeping her dentures in. She just wants to be a help and an encouragement to the American people. Now, see, the thing is, you don't know. You don't listen to the experts like Dr. Fauci. And you're not paying attention to the czarist edicts of our administration when we're telling you will stay home. Your job is not essential.
You're not listening to condescending jackasses like Andrew Cuomo over in the state of New York, who basically said that, if you were sitting at home because your job had gone away, he just sort of shrugged and said, then go get yourself an essential job. What? What? You're not essential. The fact that you own a business and it went belly up because I had to close everything down. Well, go get an essential job. Go stock shelves at the grocery store because that's essential. So, we have rejected this overreach, these mandates without end. But yet we find out what flaming hypocrites they are. You have Mayor Lightfoot of Chicago, who is, basically now outlawed Thanksgiving for the residents of the city of Chicago. Yet just 2 weeks ago, there she was in the streets, no mask and a bullhorn, surrounded by throngs of people, no social distancing whatsoever, celebrating the so-called victory of Joe Biden. You have Gavin Newsom, who gathers with a group of friends for indoor dining in California, which is still against the law for everyone else. Now, he gave a half-hearted apology, but nonetheless, he did it. But the queen of all this, and this will be her undoing, not with the GOP, but with the left. Nancy Pelosi is probably not going to serve any further as Speaker of the House. The left has had it with her. And I can tell you, especially the progressive left, because they understand the optics of all this. I mean, you used to have the California state legislators, which just brought the hammer down and more stringent lockdowns on the residents of the state of California. Yet many of the ones that voted for all these big lockdowns, you know what they're doing for Thanksgiving? They got on a plane and they are going to Hawaii to partay, to enjoy themselves, to live life, while their Californian constituents are being gagged and not allowed to go anywhere, and having their neighbors spy on them just in case you have more people at your house than you're supposed to. Can you imagine a raid in the middle of lunch? You know, you hear that knock on the door and then all of a sudden it comes flying open and in comes a SWAT team. We have reports that you were seen at the supermarket buying a turkey that feeds 20 people. You laugh, but this is kind of where we're at. So let's laugh back at these liberal hypocrites, and then I have a challenge at the end of our laughter. Nancy Botox Pelosi, at the height of the lockdowns, when people were without work, without money, when they were broke, when they were literally standing in lines at free food banks hoping to get something to feed their families. Here was Nancy trying to be an encouragement to the rest of us.
This is chocolate, and then we have some other chocolate here. We just got it restocked with the ice cream.
You don't want to eat up everything all at one time.
I can't do it much longer. I'm trying so hard.
We were, shall we say, enjoying.
Having to admit that, yeah, we're starving, and
I like it better than anything else.
Taping this segment, there are 22 million people out of work.
This specific program is about stopping.
That's right, you can't afford groceries, but
I just want you to know I'm thinking of you, and I don't know what I would do without my $20 ice cream being served to me from my $12,000 commercial-grade stainless steel freezer refrigerator.
I mean, this was a Marie Antoinette moment. Let them have cake. I mean, even liberal progressives knew, oh, why did you do that? Why did you do that? And then, of course, if that wasn't enough, there was Nancy talking and lecturing us every day about wearing masks and you're saving lives, and if you don't wear a mask, you're a killer, you're vermin, you are the reason that we can't bring coronavirus under control in this country. And then she was caught getting her hair done indoors in California, which again, against the law, and there she was walking around with no mask on.
The business owners shared this video of Pelosi inside the salon not wearing a mask as she walks from one room to another. Not wearing a mask and having haircuts indoors against the rules there.
And then she felt like the salon owners owed her an apology.
I think that that this salon owes me an apology for setting up. But I will say this, in fairness to him and sympathetic to him, we have to get our country moving again.
I am Frau Blucher.
After you, Frau Blucher.
Please welcome the House Democratic leader and the first female Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi.
So she violates the law that she helped fashion and create and inflict upon the people of California, and then has the audacity to say,
it's somebody else's fault, I didn't follow it.
This is what you're going to get for 4 years under Joe Biden. Things that you and I would go to jail for, he and his son Hunter are going to make money doing. You get that, right? I mean, if this election steal is allowed to stand, that's what we're in for. Well, then Nancy gets this bright idea.
Hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and have a dinner for all the incoming freshman congressmen.
So she tweets out the picture of what a beautiful setting it's going to be, and immediately she got Twitter backlash. Not from conservatives, but from liberals. Apparently they were like, Nancy, do you not understand where we are and what's going on right now? Even Chris Hayes over at PMSNBC was like, in God's name, what are you doing? We can't get together for Thanksgiving. People will die. You know, they just keep taking every holiday away from us. Just inflict more pain, more misery, because it's not enough now that the vaccines are out. They just want to keep just twisting that knife in because they want you to line up and take that vaccine. So they have to make life miserable, and they have to just keep you knowing that we cannot let Trump overturn the fake election results that aren't even certified yet. Oh, yeah. I have more to say about that. So she pulls back and basically, tells these new incoming Congress people, you're going to get a boxed lunch. And that's what's in for the rest of us. You people that really did vote for Biden, I mean, you honestly voted, you're alive and everything. You're not fake. You're not, you didn't have your vote flipped on you. You actually went into a voting place and you voted for Joe Biden, thinking we're going to get a kinder, gentler America, thinking that he's going to bring us together and that all these wonderful things are going to happen now that Orange Man is gone. You were promised a big feast. You're barely going to get a box lunch. See, that's the whole Democratic canard. It's a lie. It's always a bait and switch with them. Always, always, always. They can never actually run on what it is they want to do because it is so out there. It is so leftist. It is so off the charts. Normal people, Democrat nor Republican, would feel safe. They would never go for it, never vote for it. So you're about to be a victim of bait and switch if Biden stays in there. And of course, they're doing everything they can now to hold on. I mean, there's a big push now for people in California to temporarily move to Georgia, set up residency there so they can vote. You would think that they would have some functioning brain cells there in Georgia and that they immediately would convene the legislature to say, you know what, during this special election, we will not be accepting any new registers to vote. None. The only ones who can vote are the people who are already living in the state and registered. But of course, again, the steel is on. But we are promised that an avalanche of evidence is coming to prove that Dominion voting systems really robbed the president of not a few thousand votes, but literally millions. Now, we shall see, but that is the charge. And we are waiting, we are watching. But in the meantime, are you watching the Democrat hypocrisy as they inflict mandates on me and you and where we can go and what we can't do? And as we all brace ourselves for more lockdowns, even from rhino governors like little four-eyed runt in Ohio.
Mike Dwyer, because you Ohioans, you're just not taking this serious enough.
We haven't been through enough. We then have to be lectured by that little snivel twit. But this was supposed to be a happy video. A lighthearted, let's make fun of them video. That said, Nancy, I'm going to have people over to my house for Thanksgiving. And you know what? I know you tweeted out it was okay to do it in the Capitol Rotunda because, there's plenty of ventilation. I have great ventilation in my house, too. It's called air. And you know what? I breathe it every day. And hey, I'm here. Push back. I'm telling you, if they start hammering us with lockdowns, there are 350 million of us. If we would stop being so complicit. They love to keep comparing Donald Trump to Adolf Hitler. Let me make my own Hitler application here. If the people of Germany had just refused to comply, refused to obey, it would have stopped. But people are afraid. I don't want to be the only one. And what? Actually stop wearing my mask? Yeah, stop wearing it. Businesses. I'm not essential. I can't open. Open anyway. Until we push back, they are going to keep pushing, and these mandates will never go away. Thomas Jefferson said, dangerous liberty is far better than peaceful enslavement. The American Revolution was born out of rebellion. Might be time for us to ignore the advice of Dr. Fauci, put on that independent spirit, and it's time to rebel. Hey, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up and a like. Make sure you share this to your social media platforms. Smack the bell. Click the word all to get notification of my next rant.